Just taking some time to settle in. You can sit, you can lie down or walk. Give the body time to arrive into the practice and the mind. If you feel comfortable, you can allow the eyes to close. Together we wait for the in-breath. And we wait for the out-breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And as we wait, the sensations of the breath come. Feeling the in-breath and feeling the out-breath. And as you start to feel the breath, you begin to feel the weight of the body here and now. Wait to feel that sense of gravity, the body resting downwards. From the exhalations, you will feel the body rest downwards. Wait for the eyes to rest and the jaw. Wait for the head and neck to settle. We wait for the feeling of gravity in the shoulders, arms, and hands. We wait for the torso and pelvis to rest. Let go of the weight of the legs and feet. And the presence of the whole body here and now comes. The presence of gravity moving through you. You become that feeling of the breath. And the feeling of gravity. See how the mind senses the breath. And senses the weight of the body. The mind is beginning to rest in a sensing state. Begins to listen with the ears out across the horizon. Whether for silence or sound. Allow the ears to listen as far as they can to bring you the feeling of space. Imagine the feeling of the open sky. Rest in that feeling of spaciousness. See how the mind is listening. Ask it to listen as far out into the distance as it can. Ask it for help to come to know spaciousness. And the mind may start to get airy and relaxed as you sense this space. You may begin to sense a place within you that is quiet and at peace. Watch what happens when you become the feeling of the sky. The feeling of the breath. And the feeling of gravity. You rest in an open, waiting state. Waiting for the breath. And waiting for the feeling of space. Rest and breathe here in our waiting state. Starting to come back to the breath. Beginning to awaken the body. When you feel ready, letting the eyes open. And if you choose to do so, you can come up to sitting. Welcome, Andrea, and Joanne. So I'm going to continue on with our practice of humility, and we're just going to keep adding to it so that we have more and more realizations in our practice. And what I find was so helpful in my practice was community. When I started my younger years, I was handed down an idea that I do something. So I have to go put that effort out so I receive that praise, or I have to go do that so people know I have done it. Or something that was really strongly given to me was me having to do something. And I did that for a long time. Sometimes it created really wonderful things and sometimes not so wonderful. But after a while, even if it was creating beautiful things, it didn't feel good. The feeling of being the sole person initiating everything, the feeling of being responsible for everything, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. It felt exhausting, tiring, and it put me on edge because I was responsible for everything. And so it wasn't until I started to see that I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to be that sole initiator. I'd like to do something where we come together, where things I can't even have thought of are added to an initiation. And you never know what can come from it. And I'm not the sole person responsible for a space. We together come and contribute to a loving space. And once I started to just shift that view from me needing to be that sole person initiating and doing and being responsible, things relaxed. Now I know when I come to our space together for meditation, I'm not solely responsible for peace. I know that there will be tremendous love and support, kindness, generosity, all filling that space from everyone. And that's why I look forward so much to sitting together. Because I know that even if there's great difficulties, I know how much goodness there is sitting with us. And that image of all of us together sitting with what is here and all the goodness that I know that you are gives me enough energy to sit. And that to me has helped shift my whole day. So when I go through my day, if some irritation starts to happen and a feeling of just small things, why did they do that? I don't like that. When there becomes that feeling of separation between us and them, me by myself, then I know that I can start to remember that feeling of us sitting together. So I say, no they, no us, no me, no you. It's one. And when I come back to that teaching that there is no separate self from you and me, we are in this together. We sit with anger. We sit with difficulty. We sit with joy. That any agitation or things that were very tense when it came to you and me starts to dissolve. And that image of two people coming together to sit with whatever is here brings great peace. So there's no longer, you did something I didn't like. It's just recognizing there is agitation here. It's not yours. It's not mine. You didn't do it to me. There's just agitation that is here. And I visualize that person that I thought was bringing me agitation. I visualize us sitting together beside that agitation, bringing our peace and our love and our practice. And as soon as I see that we will sit together on this, it's ours to bear. Things become more relaxed and peaceful. So as we go through this practice tonight, and we continue with the practice of humility, we start with teachings of know us, know them, know me, know you, no otherness, no sameness. And even if we don't fully understand that yet, we start saying the teachings so that they start to come into our whole being. Please show me what that means. I do not yet fully know this. And eventually there'll come something in your day or in your meditation where you'll see that level of agitation grow. And we can start to look for that separation of self. And it is the breeding, the seeds of suffering. Because as soon as you take and dissolve that separate self, there's nothing for gain and loss to attach to, praise and blame. It's just I sit with praise and I sit with blame. Together we do that. There's no your blame and my praise. It's one. Okay, so I'm going to lead the practice tonight and starting to come to understand no separateness, no separate self. When you're ready, going back into your meditation posture, just settling in again. Together, we come back to our foundational practice, that waiting state. We wait for the in-breath. And we wait for the out-breath. And the feeling of the breath comes. We wait for the feeling of gravity, the weight of the body here and now. And the feeling of gravity comes. We wait for the mind to sense that feeling of space, coming to know that open sky. You know the feeling of the open sky. Allow yourself to breathe there. Breathe in that openness. And as you breathe here, know no sameness, no otherness, no me, no you. We are one. And just wait for that breath as that teaching begins to rest within you. I may not know this teaching yet, but I rest with it. No sameness, no otherness, no me, no you. We are one. And waiting for the feeling of the sky as you rest with this teaching. As you rest with the breath and the open sky, see that you are sitting with a community. You are not alone. No matter what moves through our awareness, together we will sit. You do not bear this alone. See that kindness that sits with you. See that love and support. Feel that generosity, kindness. No matter what comes, we will bring our loving presence to it. You do not do this alone. Waiting for the in-breath. Waiting for the out-breath. Waiting for the open sky. And the feeling of gravity. And perhaps a moment of silence comes. A moment of peace. As you rest in this waiting state. No sameness. No otherness. No me. No you. No separate self. Please show me this teaching. Please help me to realize it. I will wait. And see what that waiting state brings. That listening across the horizon. See what that humility brings. That acknowledgement, I do not yet know this fully, but I will wait. And perhaps just a little bit longer moment of silence comes as you wait. As you sense the horizon. No sameness, no otherness, no yours, no mine. We are one. Please help me to realize this teaching. I will wait. Wait to see what comes. Wait to see the wisdom of the universe come. If you wait, you will come to know this teaching. As you continue with your practice, general thinking may move through your awareness. As you hear this general thinking, give time for the teachings to meet this thinking. Know my thoughts separate from your thoughts. We are one. I do not bear these thoughts alone. And I want you to see that it is just general thinking that moves through all of us. It is not yours. It is not mine. It is ours. See all those beings beginning to sit with you with thinking. You do not bear this alone. And see what happens when you see those others joining you. When your heart begins to realize, these are not mine, these are not yours. Together we sit. See if any feeling of relief and peace comes. When there is no separation. No matter what comes, no mine, no yours. We are one. And wait for that breath. Wait for the feeling of the open sky. Be this waiting state together. Continue with the teachings. No sameness, no otherness. We are one. See what happens when that separation begins to release. When there is no me and no you. We all together sit with the feelings of frustration, overwhelmed, agitation, joy, and love. We sit together no matter what comes. And starting to come back to the breath. Beginning to awaken the body. If you'd like to open the eyes, you can. Making your way up to sitting. If you'd like to unmute yourself, you can, and bring palms together. Namaste.
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 Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.